You remember back to the 1984 Olympic Games in Los Angeles when she was the one who set the stage for so much of the drama at Pauley Pavilion. Kathy and Jack Whitaker were there.
If Ekaterina can nail this balance beam routine, she has her most difficult event out of the way. And of course, Mary Lou has the balance beam yet to come.
She's looking very confident, isn't she?
Yes, she is. And that's going to be hard to beat.
Nadi Szabo of Romania.
She's about that, obviously.
Say she has everything. Grace, speed, concentration, stage presence. Here it comes. Set 10.
Perfect 10. What a way for Ekaterina to begin.
Now in fourth place as we begin the third rotation. A little heavier and with shorter hair, Ekaterina Szabo of Romania with the same confidence and the same flair.
And she begins with a full-in double back. Now, you know, even though she's not in the same form as she was during the '84 Olympics, it's impressive that Szabo has held on as one of the top competitors in the world for so long. Here's her second tumbling run. 1.5 twist, step out to another 1.5 twist, punch front. Seems to have a confidence and an understanding that only comes with maturity and I guess experiencing all the emotional ups and downs that are inevitable in this sport.
She's 19 years old now, and she's added tremendously to her doll collection, I'm told, by visiting all the souvenir shops she could in Beijing.
This, by the way, is new music and a new routine for Szabo. Now she will need the endurance for her last tumbling run. Double back, and she nails it. She remains the veteran favorite of this sport.
Ekaterina Szabo of Romania, and you can hear again her supporters, as a matter of fact, the supporters for the entire Romanian team, chanting from the upper deck and waving flags. Her score a 9.80. Good enough to move up beyond her fourth place standing? I don't think so. Now to the current leader after 2 rotations, Elena Shushenova of the Soviet Union.
And this mount never ceases to amaze me. Such incredible strength.
Very dramatic. Strongest big toes I've ever seen.
This is the most difficult event for Shushenova. Of course, this event is so precarious, you can understand why. And her difficulty is so great. Back handsprings right into 2 layouts. Talk about the importance of timing. Showing her scale now, going into a cartwheel.
Making the 4-inch beam look 3 feet wide.
It doesn't feel like that when you're on it. Here's her chin stand, shades of Olga Korbut. Concentration here is so important, as we've said many times, especially with everything going on around you. There's a half twist straddle down, showing originality. Split jump.
Her father's a taxi driver in the city of Leningrad. If you have the good fortune of visiting there one day, you might check the dashboard. I'm sure he has a picture of his little daughter sitting there.
A round up double back. Her worries are out of the way. Excellent routine.
Certainly looked strong enough to keep her in the top spot, didn't it?
It absolutely did. Now here's that back handspring into 2 layouts. Shoulders and hips have to be square to the balance beam. Anything off, and boy, it's a 0.5 of a point deduction.
Remember, she's already had a perfect 10 on the vault, a 9.75 on the uneven bars, and there, of course, as you saw, 9.875 for Elena Shushenova. We switch to floor exercise now, where Daniela Silivas of Romania is set to perform. 2 events being performed simultaneously in the 4 rotations.
And Danielle has some of the greatest difficulty in the competition. Watch this opening run. Whip over, flip-flop, pull in, double back. And she did it all in 1 run.
A little hoedown.
Yes, I believe she got this music while visiting the United States.
She didn't get it for visiting West Germany, we can say that.
That's true. She enjoys folk music from all over the world. So music, wouldn't it? Another difficult tumbling run coming up, an Arabian. Right at the beginning here. Right into a triple twist. Just didn't quite get around there.
One of her top hobbies is bicycling. She's in the right city for that.
If Danielle were to make some improvement, it probably would be in her upper body expression. She has all the tumbling moves, but I know that that's one area that she could improve. Just a little more grace and a little more expression.
Don't you think crowds have always been partial to little gymnasts in ponytails?
That certainly seems to be the way it is when you look back at Olga and Mary Lou. Although Nadia wasn't so small. A full-in double back to end her routine.
Daniela Silivas of Romania in second place after 2 rotations. Here's another look.
Here's her Arabian. She steps out right into a triple twist, and you'll see at the end of this, she doesn't quite get around. She has to kind of fake it, but no big deduction.
And a score of 9.85 should keep her in second place. Never to be forgotten. Back to the competition now. To wrap up the third rotation is Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union. Different music to start things off as she tries to hold on to her third place standing.
Possibly the most unusual music and choreography combination I have ever heard. She starts with a full-in double back. Oh, a little low on that. Almost took a nosedive there. At the World Championships, she took the gold medal. She awed the audiences and the judges, obviously. And here's that combination tumbling run that is so impressive. Watch this, Al. Triple twist, front flip, and it's actually a double run act when you think about it.
Kathy, is that reversal of direction that happens so quickly difficult to learn, or is it easier than it looks?
It's hard to keep the momentum and the timing right. It takes an incredible amount of power, and if you're off slightly, it's difficult to regain it.
You're watching one of the top 2-3 women in the world at any given moment. Oksana Omelianchik of the Soviet Union.
Interesting reaction of this crowd. They're very quiet. Double pike, low once again. She just seems to be a little bit out of sync with the movement and the music.
She shared the gold with her partner Shushinova at the World Championships, and we're wondering whether they will share something again here in Beijing at the World Cup of Gymnastics.
Al, you asked me if it was difficult to reverse the momentum on this combination tumbling run. Well, I'll point it out right here where the little extra effort has to be made. Right there, that round off going into the back handspring. This has been such an impressive new style in women's gymnastics on the floor exercise, this combination tumbling.
9.85 for little Oksana Omelianchik. And I'll tell you, life in China is changing faster than the standings. The third rotation has changed little. It is Shushinova, Silivas, Omelianchik, and Szabo.
Still to come, ABC's Wide World of Sports 1986 Athlete of the Year. We'll be back after this.
Performances and tabulations. This is the top gymnast in the world, Elena Shushinova of the Soviet Union, getting set to perform her final event in this all-around championship at the World Cup of Gymnastics.
She has to be fairly confident about the all-around at this time. This is her best event, and she opens with a double layout. First seen at the '84 Olympics by Mary Lou Retton.
Kathy, I'll tell you, the people of Beijing have really been treated to some great gymnastics.